Happy Friday, happy Friday. You watching the Wiley Report? And guess who I am? Wiley. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you living? How you doing? How you living? You living feeling all right? Okay, this is the wrap up for the week. This week in the doctoral student journey, and this is my journal through the process, if you will. I took my qualifying exam April 1st through the 3rd. I was writing, and I submitted it at 2:30 a.m. On Thursday, and my committee confirmed that they received it at 8 a.m. on Thursday. It was my first time experiencing, qualifying exam, taking one. I do have a master's degree, but I did not do a thesis option in my master's degree or anything like that. So I didn't have any real experience to compare it to. Yes, it's true that I published a numerous amount of articles in data sharing, data management, data curation, in my, job as a librarian, career-wise, but there were similarities, but this ain't that. It's not the same type of experience. And I'm also, really into that, knowing which experience you're in. So the transition from being a student that takes classes to the transition to writing a narrative to the transition that you're now taking a test and they're giving you 6 questions, you pick four, 1,500 answers, 1,500. Not 1,500, a 1,500 word answer per question, maximum 6,000 words. And realizing that when you're talking about your field, and my field in information sciences, race, digital studies, and intersectionality, each one of those questions could be a dissertation topic by themselves. They really could. They really could. So they're really broad. And you're broad in terms of the questions that they cover, but they relate to your reading list which was 30 citations on the topics that you read. So, but they're not asking you about those articles. Really, they're not. But you use the main points of those articles and what you think and what you feel about the field and what you see to answer their question. That was different, very different. I was a lot. The first night, that was a rough night. It was a rough night. I appreciate support for people that showed up for me this week, like my wife, uh, like the wellness group, uh, different doc student friends. Uh, so I appreciate that. And I got it done. And I got it done. And I have my orals exams next Friday. And today I got a chance to participate on a panel because it was the newly admitted PhD students to the department. So they're on campus and visiting here. So I'm in my student role. I went over and talked about what it's like to be a doctoral student, to have taken a field exam. They had other people who were either in the preliminary, they're doing a preliminary proposal. You had somebody that's actually getting ready to defend their dissertation, and you had another person that was just in the classes. So, give you a broad perspective throughout the program. And then all of us have different experiences because I'm the one that works full time and goes to school. And some of the other ones, they are full-time students, but they work in industry for some time and or getting ready to go back in the job market. So another thing I guess I really thought about was one of the things that I love that they brought up in that panel this week was thinking about what type of support you will need. And that comes up so much because in the doctoral student journey, they ask you, what can I do to support you? And I think that if we're talking about a life skill, a life thing, people often ask you that in your everyday life. When you think about like your friends or your chosen family and your family, they ask you, what can I do to support you? And when we think about the answer to that question changes over time. or sometimes you don't know what it is that you need, or sometimes you're figuring, out what you need. And sometimes we're asking the wrong people. Yes. And also thinking about how we transition to needing different things. In the doctoral student process, I think about like the type of support that I needed when I was just taking classes was completely different to the type of support you need when you're um, getting ready to do a field exam. And and the type of support that you'll need when you continue doing the next steps, such as your preliminary proposal and your defense. And here's why: because I learned from in my own journey, I'm not just taking classes anymore. And classes are great; they give you a wide array of information and knowledge, and you figure out how you're going to apply that knowledge. What are you going to do with that? It's really open-ended, but you're completing your classes. You're following along with, whatever the class dictates on their syllabus, their grading procedure, and you get a grade. And then you move on to whatever it is that's next to be required in the class. But then when you're in your field exam and the preliminary and dissertation, you move to writing for comments. You are very much in collaboration with other people in a way that you're not when it comes to your class. With your class, it's like I see the people in my class on that day. I see my teacher on that day. I can talk to my teacher and interact when I have questions or we're talking about the class and things like that. But that's pretty much it. When you think about, and that's a relationship, but it's a relationship for a semester. Whereas and some people use that and those people, you know, they work together on projects, or maybe they join in your committee or as a field exam committee member or something else. But while that's true, it's also true that sometimes it ends with the situation and experience that they with my teacher, and I took this class with them. But when you're writing in collaboration with others, and you need their advice, you need their insight, you need them to give you comments and feedback, that's a different relationship. That's a different need that you have. Yet one of the biggest things that I learned in my own experience is the power and the agency that you have within yourself to use your voice, to think about what it is that you need and to ask for it. And when the people that you ask cannot and are incapable of giving it to you or don't give it to you, or maybe y'all aren't a good fit anymore, or you're not aligned anymore because of your interests in your research or just where they are, that it's okay to move forward. Because I did have to have the experience of changing advisors, and I remember how it felt, because I felt like for years I had wondered, did I waste my time? But I realized they did teach me things, and there were learning lessons that I learned in experience with them. But it had got to the point where they could not take me further. And then I had to think about what it is that I needed and create a different set of people and cultivate a space for myself. Or as Baba says, build in. Building the space that you need, building the support that you need for yourself, and being okay with that. And not just okay with that, but I also, what I appreciate with my committee members and my advisor is that I feel seen, I feel understood, I feel that there's wide open space to grow and to learn and to ask questions, and I feel cared for in a way that I did not see before. But it's also true that I wasn't that version of myself before. So those have been things that I've learned that I needed, all along. Because this morning I was talking about how in the doctoral student process, when you first get in the program, it literally feels like you got, access to a car, and they gave you a driver's license and you in the driver's seat. And if you have advisors, because some people get one, some people get two, they in the back seat. And as you're driving along, they told you along the way, let me know how I can support you. Let me know if you need anything as you're driving, and you're driving your journey through your program. And the challenge is you don't know where you're going. You have a general idea because you think about what it is that you said when you applied to the program that you wanted to focus on and where you thought that would take you. And then as you take your classes, for some people that just is extended and yeah, we're still doing this. For other people, you're not doing that at all. You going someplace different. And then you're wondering or you're learning, are the people that are in the back seat, which are the advisors, are they still equipped? Do they have capacity to assist me? Are they nurturing? Are they caring? Because we think about intersectional pedagogies, or when we think about what it is to cultivate space for people, you're talking about how do you create a space that sees, that cares, that is concerned, that knows where you're going. And even if they don't know where you're going, they know what to talk to you about. They know how to help you in the state that you're currently in. And no one really tells faculty how to be good advisors. They don't. They don't tell them that. They don't train you to. That's not what they're training you to do. They're just not. And so you think about when you get an advisor, what you're really getting is somebody that's bringing the experiences that they've had. And have you really asked what experiences do they have for that? Like, how were they taught? Were they cared for? Were they supported? Do they have that level of consciousness that that's what they need? Because some people, they're like, that's not really what they need. They just need, and they have their own set of guidelines. So it's a wide array of experiences because people need different things. But you're still figuring that out while you're in school, while you're in the process, And then your life is going on all around you as well. So it's just lessons, things that you learn. And I learned that I needed care and that I needed people to ask me different questions. I needed a person to give the messy draft to. I needed a person to give the formalized draft to. I needed a person that I can go and have a conversation and be like, this is what I'm thinking. But somebody else's process might be completely different, and it's okay. But the ultimate point and the ultimate thing to think about in today's doctoral student journey wrap up is are you getting what it is that you need? Have you figured out what net need is, and how does that feel, and what does that look like? And here's the thing: while this experience that I'm sharing with you relates to doctoral students, or in a doctoral program, the reality is, what do you need for your life today? What type of support do you need for that? And who are the people that you go to that provide that? Because as I'm learning out here in these academic streets, that these skills are not just confined to a class, a dissertation, a field exam. This is the skills for your life. The skills for your life. And I'm not saying that means that everybody that needs skills for their life has to be in a graduate program. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, think about everything that it is that you learn in life is applicable in different areas. And the quest for us is, are we conscious enough? Are we awake enough to be paying attention to that and to know that? And it's okay sometimes, and sometimes we're a bit sleepy, we're not there yet. But we do get to that space where we look at our life and figure out what is it that we need to be successful, and what is it that we need to be supportive, to be supportive to others and to be supported within ourselves. So just thinking about what does that look like. And I guess for me, I'm always thinking about care. I'm always thinking about compassion. I'm always thinking about how do you hold space for other people, as well as realizing that sometimes you might not be in capacity to do that for other people, and to acknowledge that. Because there have been times where I'm like, I love you, friend. I really care about you. Yet it's true that in my current state, I can't really offer you any advice. I can't really offer anything, but I can sit here with you. I can sit here. That's all I can do. Then there are other times where I can offer something else. And then there are also times in our lives where you realize that you're the one that's in need. It's me, it's me, it's me. It's me, oh Lord, stand in need of prayer is the song that comes to mind. Or positionality is like, I have this need, and you're reaching out to your community. And here's the other question: have you built one? Because I often feel that sometimes in our lives, or at least in my own life, I've realized that those relational aspect skills that are needed to build, sometimes I've been too busy building a career or working in the career aspect that I didn't realize you need some friends. So you need some people that see you and love you and care about you that are not connected to your job. I don't know how many people that is or who that is for you, but you might need that. You need to be equally successful at your relationship skills, be it friendship or romantic, if that's your interest, as you are at the other parts of your life. And to be able to hold space for that and that growth and the learning that comes with that, the things you need to learn about yourself and the things you need to learn about others. But the deep question, the deep statement of the day that all of this, that frames all of that is, what type of support will you be needing today? Think about it. But other than that, I hope you have a great day. Just giving you reflections from the desk. I hope that what I've said encourages your heart, encourages your spirit, encourages your mind. It makes you think about, what is it that I need to be supported today? And how can I support others? Do I have the capacity to support others? And how will I do that? Take care of yourself. And if no one has said, I care about you, I love you, I see you, I do. Have a good one. Peace. Take care of yourself.